What up, everyone? This is CoogsTalk. I'm Alejandro, joined here with
Lynden Taft,
David Soto.
and today we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl and the NBA trade deadline. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, what are y'all's thoughts on the Super Bowl?
Man, the only thing I enjoyed about it was the halftime show. I love seeing Bad Bunny perform. It was great how he brought out all the nation, and the fact that there was a wedding on stage too.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a real wedding till after the game.
Yeah, I've seen like all kinds of crazy stuff for Super Bowl. I'll just keep it focused on this, but a wedding, I don't think it's ever been done in a Super Bowl ever, right?
I don't think so. They actually originally invited him to their wedding, but he reversed it on them and brought them in, so that was pretty exciting.
Good thing they agreed.
It was a great little touch. I mean, I'd rather get married at a Super Bowl.
And those bushes, they really stole the show.
Yeah,
You see them do the 6'7" too? I swear.
Yeah. Besides that, the game related,
Quiet, right?
quiet, man. I love the defense, though. I'm not a defensive guy myself, primarily. I grew up playing offense, so of course I'm gonna love the offense.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't as entertaining as it should have been for a Super Bowl, I'll say that.
Yeah, when the offense isn't as electric, it definitely takes away from some of the excitement and the fun, but defensive games are always good because they're strategic and it shows good coach management.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on DeMarcus Lawrence finally getting his ring?
Thankful, man. I wish DK was there too, man. DK Metcalf, he just sadly left the year before.
Yeah, he missed the bus, man.
Yeah. But overall, I think Seattle played a perfect situational game based off their defense, but I just wish more was done on offense.
Yeah, JSN is definitely a weapon they should have utilized, but he was being covered pretty well. I think that was Christian Gonzalez covering him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was impressive that he held him to 4 catches for 27 yards.
That is amazing.
Heck of a job to cover that guy who had 1,793 yards.
Yeah, he averaged over 100 yards a game.
That's just, like I said, another defensive masterclass on both sides.
But allowed for breakout stars like Kenneth Walker. Well, not a new breakout star, but allowed him to not overperform, but show his skill level on a higher platform.
I agree. 135 yards, and man, that's just crazy that he had that 49-yard touchdown called back too. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. How do you get held to not score until the fourth quarter in a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
What, they scored 6 points before halftime. Seattle's up 6-0 before halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Come out third quarter, they still only score 1 field goal.
Well, credit to Myers for carrying them.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on fire. I think he was the #1 kicker in fantasy football the whole season. So he was on fire this whole season.
Yeah, at least we can say he was consistently kicking field goals.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You can't split the uprights. That's a bad thing.
Yeah. I just think the Patriots should have been in the Super Bowl regardless.
And do you think he deserved MVP? First MVP since '98?
Kenneth Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the fact that he got MVP.
Yeah, that is really incredible. Yeah.
Quarterbacks get too much love. Y'all are gonna hate me for that. Quarterbacks get too much love. They need to share the love to offensive players and some defensive players.
Yeah, I agree.
J.J. Watt should have won MVP. Y'all can hate me for that. Should have won MVP back in the day. But I love the fact that they're now leaning more towards other players other than QBs, especially after that game. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great to see.
Totally.
Yeah. And man, as I was saying, Patriots, I'm not a fan of Drake, man. Are you a fan of Drake, man?
Not too much. I saw him play in North Carolina a bit. I wasn't too impressed by his play, not as much as apparently Kraft and the company were.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how he was pretty bad in the playoffs. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I know the last couple of games, he didn't even average above 100 passing yards for most of the game. And he had a whole lot of breakout plays in the fourth quarter. I didn't really enjoy, or more the fact that they almost lost to the Broncos on their backup QB.
Yeah.
That really threw me for a loop. How are we supposed to see them excel in the Super Bowl against Seahawks? That was the #1 seed their whole season, basically.
True. I think he was, he had a total of 27 for 43 passes, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah.
Average stats for someone who's supposed to be considered a superstar.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I just don't think that game was Super Bowl worthy.
Yeah,
Hot take.
I agree.
I think the Broncos versus Seahawks would have been a better Super Bowl if Bo Nix didn't get hurt. Or the Texans if CJ Stroud actually performed well against the Broncos. It would have been a good Super Bowl, or against the Patriots, my fault.
True.
But I just don't like that. Love Drake May and wish him nothing but the best, but I didn't want to see him in the Super Bowl.
All right.
I totally agree. I'm kind of sad Zach Charbonnet missed the Super Bowl, getting injured right before the big game, but it would have been nice to see both of them kind of really take it to them. So.
Yeah.
All right, I have a question for y'all. What can the Patriots do to return to the Super Bowl?
I think they need a better receiving room or a more consistent offense because they've struggled to score most of this season. And it's come to light in the Super Bowl, only scoring in the fourth quarter. And only scoring 9 points against the Broncos.
I was surprised, even with Stephon Diggs and all the hype surrounding May, that they didn't lean more on Ramondre Stevenson and Henderson, because they are great running backs, and apparently that's kind of what won the Super Bowl for the Seahawks. So that was a surprise.
Yeah, I feel like Drake May needs to be able to be more comfortable in the pocket and rely more on his weapons, because he is also, I guess, newer to the league. I'll say that. So I think once he becomes more comfortable with the team, because it's like his first year with the Patriots, or second year?
I think it's second.
Second year with the Patriots. I think once he becomes more comfortable with his team, he's going to start performing better. But I just don't think it was his year to be in the Super Bowl.
True. I agree with that.
That's all we have today, everyone. This was CoogsTalk, and I'm Alejandro, again joined by
Lynden Taft.
David Soto.
That's all we got today. Hope you all have a good one. Go Cougs!
Go Cougs!